just go up there and just say what you have to say. Good evening, everyone. Put this thing on, yes. Good. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I have known our beloved reindeer since his beak first blinked like a blinking beacon. And while I did judge and shame him for looking different, and went so far as to say if he didn't look like all the other reindeer, he wouldn't be able to make my team, I realized that it would be cheaper to allow him to lead my sleigh instead of investing in a new light system. But on today, the saddest day of all days, there are two things that are equally important for us all to keep in mind. Number one, tell the ones you care about that you love them, because they could be gone in the blink of an eye. And two, just because you are present when one of those friends passes in the blink of an eye does not mean you are legally liable. I would say, if anything, the latter is the more important thing to remember. Now, to celebrate the life of our old friend, to remember the tragedy of his passing, I would like to read a poem I wrote, loosely inspired by a little ditty you all might know. The car missed Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen. It swerved by Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But it ran into the most famous reindeer of all. And Santa isn't liable at all. So, everyone, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. But if you saw him now, you wouldn't even know it glowed. If you saw that reindeer, you would just call him Red, because after he was struck by that car, he laid in the street quite dead. So blame Dasher or Dancer or Prancer or Vixen. Blame Comet or Cupid or Donner or Blitzen. Just please do not blame the most famous Christmas symbol of all.
Hey, don't blame us.
Oh, Vixen, sweetheart, just sit back down.
And you weren't even driving the sleigh.
Thank you, Dasher. Exactly.
You were driving the car that hit Rudolph. My God.
Yeah, that's right. Vixen's totally right. You killed Rudolph.
Dead in the street, I say.
I had the... No, listen, I had the right of way.
No. Rudolph was grazing in the field when you hit him. You just hit him. You hit him.
No. I didn't mean to. No. I am literally hundreds of years old, and I thought I was driving up to a red light. Then Mrs. Claus was texting me about bringing some milk, and I got confused, and then I felt a thump. And, you know, this deer population is getting out of control, so we need to thin them out anyway.
Yeah. See, the problem is, Santa, that was Rudolph. I mean, come on, man. He's like 1 in a million, and then you just left him there.
Just left him
on
there.
On the side of the road.
On the side of the road.
Exactly.
I just hadn't gotten my Hummer details, so I didn't...
Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. You're kidding me. First you're killing Rudolph, and next you're going to melt the North Pole with all these CO2 emissions. You're
melt
kidding
it all
me, Santa.
down. CO2 everywhere, melting caps.
Everywhere.
You know what, Vixen? I've had enough. I have had it up to here with this guy, the big white beard, the giant belly. He just keeps talking over and over again. We're done. Get him out of here. Get him, boys. Let's go. Bring him out now.
Please get off me.
That's right. Justice comes, Santa, once every single year. And if you take that out, it is what it is.
To me, I look fabulous in a red coat.
I agree completely, sweetheart. Beautiful. Totally beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's done. Taken care of.
What do we do about giving presents this year? Dasher, what do we do?
Don't worry, you sweet little head, Vixen. Yeah, we got a few on retainer, you know. See, this Santa was brought on with the previous administration. So, you know, time to go.
I'm worried.
Hey, Donner.
Yeah?
We need a new Santa. One who is climate conscious. Can you catch a flight up to, what do they call it? Seattle. pick up the understudy? He just got the lead role. Mm-hmm. Now, tell him he can bring his Tesla Cybertruck or whatever with him.
All right.
Donna, so many words, you beautiful man, Maybe use more words, we could get somewhere. Donna, go! Oh, poor Rudolph, what a stink, what a trouble. I'm flustered.
I know. Don't worry your sweet little head, though. He's fine. Hey, come here. So, Rudolph's been covering up his nose ever since Santa clipped him about 2 years ago.
No.
See, Blitzen and I, we just strapped the light to the nose of a white-tailed deer every now and then, just in case.
It isn't so. You're lying. Take it back. It isn't so. Rudolph's okay.
No, it's totally true. He's totally fine. He's fine. Plus, we're helping thin out that white-tail population. So, win-win.
It's a win-win. Christmas is saved. It's saved, I tell you, it's saved.
That's right.
Get 'em, boys.
That's right.
We're listening to the radio station where the hosts of heaven sing. Turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. And if you feel them good vibrations coming from the joy his love can bring, turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. And listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio on. And the glory share. Turn your lights down low. And listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. And turn your radio on. Come on.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a special Christmas edition of the Main Street Music Show. We have a jolly show for you this week featuring music from Rachel Gifford and RJ and Leah Hatt. Our acting company, the Main Street Players, are with us, Jamie Cloutier and Daniel Cross. Today's show is brought to you by Baby Boomer Tutor. For all your baby boomer technology needs, call Baby Boomer Tutors. Stick around and enjoy the show.
Turn your radio on and listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio on and your glory share. Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Oh, hi there, Trixie and Tinkle. Yeah, have a seat. Come in. I have some hot chocolate and warm milk. Here you are, Trixie. And here is a cup for you, Tinker. Yeah. Sorry about last week.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. Do you have any maple syrup?
Tinker, that's rude.
What? Why is that rude?
You know, I sure don't. But I will get some for next week. It's only week 3 for me here at the North Pole, so I'm still learning how to be a hospitable host to elves.
Oh, don't worry about him. You're doing great.
Oh, thank you. Now, in our first session last week, there was tension at work, Trixie and Tinker. So, how are the jingle doodles?
Oh, it happened again this week.
Trixie.
Well, it did.
What happened this week?
Can I?
It's fine.
We had another fight.
It wasn't a fight, it was a squabble.
Oh.
Just let Trixie finish, and then it will be your turn. Go ahead, Trixie.
Tuesday night, Tinker came home late after going out with his friends to watch the snowball fight and drink too much hot chocolate with Figgy, Stampy, and Sprinkles. So I asked when he was going to start building the new shed for the lawnmower that he promised me, and he got back in his sleigh and rode off.
All right. Well, what made you so mad?
First of all, I told Trixie that I would build the shed in the spring. You just don't know how hard it is to spend 18 hours in the workshop pulling 2 shifts. Right now, we are backed up in the carpentry department, so I'm working a second shift building wooden toys after my first shift of making shoes. Now, it was fine when we used to make just leather shoes with a rubber sole, but now we have to make Jordans, Yeezys, and Crocs. We messed up a line of Yeezys last year, and we got a little visit from you-know-who, and it wasn't pretty.
Santa?
I wish. Us elves can dodge his car. Also, it's the North Pole, so it's negative 45 degrees, and the sun hasn't come up in 3 months. We don't need a shed for a lawnmower that we haven't even built yet, and that we'll only use for like 2 weeks out of the year.
You keep complaining about taking 2 shifts, but you won't stand up to your boss.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
You march right up to him and say, "Listen up, Happy. This is not fair that I have to work 2 shifts while everyone else only has to work 1.
I can't just march up to him. Look, Snooty tried to stand up to him last year, and she was sent to the stuffed animal boneyard. She said in 1992 they created 1,000 faulty Teddy Ruxpins that won't stop repeating, "Hi, can you and I be friends? Hi, can you and I be friends? Hi, can you and I be friends?" Over and over again.
You have to grow a backbone.
Oh, I stand up for myself when I need to.
Oh, do you?
I most certainly do.
Did you know that Happy makes the whole department drink eggnog together every morning, and Tinker won't tell him that he's lactose intolerant? He misses 2 hours of work waiting for that to pass every day.
All right. Let's go back to your interaction about the shed. Did you say anything to her about it before you slid off in your sled?
I said, "Why don't you build the shed?" Which I know my tone was full of anger and frustration, but I actually mean it. But she's a better builder than me.
Now, Trixie, can you acknowledge that Tinker is at least acknowledging that you're very skilled as well?
Yes, I started in the carpentry department too. We worked together on the reindeer stalls renovations.
Rest in peace.
Oh, it's not easy for me. I spent 20 years in carpentry before they moved me to the cookie department. But after the Elves women's movement, I got reassigned to painting. And now computers and technology. I've been taking night classes because our shipment of microchips from China hasn't come in. So we've been having to learn how to make our own. And let me tell you, it's a big learning curve going from wood chips to chocolate chips to paint chips to microchips. We had a meeting to talk it over with the big man, but he's so wrapped up in this reindeer incident that he's had to cancel on us a dozen times.
All right. Well, Tinker, it sounds like Trixie has a lot on her plate, too.
I know, but how does building the shed that we don't need help any of that?
It's not about the shed, is it, Trixie? It's about being heard.
Yes, and you won't listen every time
Oh, boy. Here we go.
It's important to let her say it and to listen.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Now, Tinker, hear Trixie out. You can see that this is important to her.
I know what she's gonna say.
It's important to let her say it and to listen.
Well, you won't commit to another...
You won't commit to another... What? To you? To your marriage?
She's referring to another child.
Oh, so Trixie, you want to have another child. That's a big deal.
We agreed before we got married that we would have at least 2 children. And I'm not getting any younger. I only have about 60 more childbearing years left.
But you have a child together already?
We do. We have a son. Twinkle, Jingle Doodle.
Oh, well, tell me about him. Oh, Trixie, where are these tears coming from? Here.
Oh, he left the North Pole many years ago. We haven't seen him since he left.
That must be hard not seeing him in so long.
It isn't that.
He doesn't work.
He calls every once in a while when he needs money. He tried to be a Middle-earth elf, but was too lazy, so he found work in the States.
If you can call it work.
Oh, so is he a jockey or a gymnast, perhaps? Huh?
We could only wish.
So, what does he do?
Oh, I can't bring myself to say it.
He's an elf on a shelf. Now, we don't know where he went wrong. We don't know where we went wrong. We both come from long lines of hard workers. Trixie's dad was the head elf for almost 40 years.
Oh, he invented the model train and the hoop and stick. If he could see his grandson now, he just sits there all day and does nothing. And he moves to a new spot in the middle of the night. That's not real work. He could at least make them cookies or fix the shelf. Oh, this generation just doesn't know what real work is.
I mean, if people down there would learn how to parent their children, we wouldn't deal with this kind of thing.
Oh, now, Tinker, don't be hard on them. It was hard for us to parent. We worked 2 jobs, building at least 250 computers from scratch on a daily basis, while taking classes and living in below zero temperatures where we don't see the sun for 9 months a year. And we're only able to devote 4 hours to our kids every night. I'm sure it's hard for those humans to teach their kids how to behave while balancing parenting with working from home and keeping up with social issues with their friends from high school on social media.
You're right. I shouldn't judge them, and we shouldn't judge our child. When he reaches 60 and becomes an adult, we have to let him make his own decisions. They don't reflect us.
We did our best. And he might be lazy, but at least he hasn't become one of those D&D elves where they just make up new rules to suit whatever they want to do.
You're right. Look, let's go home. I'll make you some hot chocolate and we can talk some more about what kind of shed you want. And maybe talk about building a new crib.
Really?
We'll talk about it. Let's go, Trix.
All right, goodbye. See you all next week. Close the door on the way out. Good. That's fine. I need to get transferred back south again. This is insanity.
How did you... I thought you were back in the city closing the multi-million-dollar deal. How?
I couldn't leave you here alone. Not on Christmas.
Oh, the lights in the trees, the red and green pine cones and the frolicking deer. Oh, it's all so perfect.
Grace, I thought I was going to spend this Christmas in my bougie apartment in the big city, closing deals just like the last 8 Christmases. But when I found out that my estranged grandfather left me the entire ice skating rink, I thought I was just coming home to sell it to a big corporation to turn it into a supercenter. I never expected to find this. To find you teaching my niece how to do triple axels. And that selling the rink would force you to work for that big corporation selling TVs or automotive parts. But fate has brought us together.
Oh, Chris, these last few days have been great. Having a snowball fight, cutting down a Christmas tree together, going to that Christmas market with your niece who makes extremely witty remarks for an 8-year-old.
She's right over there, leading into the light behind an evergreen tree, smiling like she knew we would get together the entire time.
Oh, hi, Ginger.
This is a true Christmas miracle, soon-to-be Aunt Grace.
Chris, I just don't see how this could work. We disagreed on so many things when we first met, and even though we've seemed to forget what those things are, the odds are stacked against us.
Who cares about all those things? We have each other, and that's all that matters.
You mean that?
I sure do. I will quit my job in the city and move back home. We can run this ice rink together. I'm sure that I can make some deals that will bring more money and jobs without compromising the quaintness of our little town.
You would do that for me?
You betcha. And I know I'm not perfect, even though by Hollywood standards I definitely am. But I will try to be the perfect man for you. Because I love you.
You love me?
So, Grace Carol, what do you say?
You know, I don't.
Beg pardon?
You know, I really want to, but I don't.
Oh. Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, you don't love me?
No, good grief, no, I don't. No, I mean, you seem like a cool person like in high school, and you're definitely pretty by this small town's standards. But no.
Oh, good. Whew. Yeah, I was starting to get caught up in the moment, you know?
And I know. I mean, I totally did. I was like in this Christmas trance or something.
I got a little worried about you for a minute. I mean, we've only been talking for 7 days, and you brought out the L word?
Seriously. Why would I leave my job in the city? I mean, I make great money. I love my bougie apartment. It has a view of a park. No offense. I'd hate living here. Again, just nothing to do.
Oh, tell me about it. I have to teach these whiny kids. Aunt Grace! See? Every time they fall or something goes wrong, they just cry, and I have to sit down on the ice with them and have a heart-to-heart
That's
about how ice skating is a metaphor for life. Yeah, and it isn't.
It's not?
No, it's just a thing rich people have their kids do to get attention.
That sounds about right.
You know, and I don't blame you one bit for wanting to stay in the city. What city is it anyway?
It's the big city.
Yeah, but which big city?
You know, I'm not sure. It's up north, and it's cold in the city because I have very expensive coat and gloves, obviously. But it's just a big one. It's a big city.
It sounds great. Good for you.
Oh my gosh, it is so much better than this town. You don't have aunts and uncles talking behind your back and gossiping about you or trying to match you up with some girl just because you're both in your early 30s and clearly attractive.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
Yeah, I mean, it is way, way better than this place.
That doesn't take much. Well, I guess I better get going.
Yeah, I left my private jet waiting on the tarmac, so I better get back to that, you know. I mean, I got deals to close.
Oh, yeah, you better get to that.
Yeah.
I left my Jetta running in the parking lot, and I bet I left the door open. You know, the whole Christmas trance.
Yeah, I know. You remember? I almost proposed to you because of it.
Yep, I was there, so
Yeah,
I guess you're gonna sell the ice rink to that corporation?
I mean, yeah, it's looking that way. I mean, it makes a great business sense. It might bring some jobs to the area for a decade or so until the corporation decides to move overseas, and then, I mean, hopefully something else comes along for y'all, I guess.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Are you okay with me selling it?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
You sure? You're gonna start writing for that Christmas magazine that you were mentioning a couple days ago?
No, I mean, magazines are dead.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually gonna tell you that, but I mean, you don't make any money, and you could probably do better with just a blog about Christmas.
I was thinking about a job in data analytics.
Really? I mean, there's good money in that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And you could always write a blog or make a YouTube page about Christmas, I guess.
You know, to tell you the truth, I don't like it.
Christmas?
Nope, I don't like it at all. I hate it.
No way.
That's serious. I am serious. It's loud, it's commercialized, it's over the top.
Oh, yeah, I mean, especially here. Ugh.
Oh, the worst.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'll see you around. or not.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, no. Nope.
So, how do I get out of this Christmas grove?
Oh, right. I go past the giant candy canes, take a left, and then at the third Christmas tree? Mm-hmm. Third Christmas? Yeah, third Christmas tree. Take a right, and you should be in the parking lot.
Perfect. I do appreciate all of these decorations.
Oh, don't mention it. Don't mention it. It's fine. I mean, I got to level with you. I didn't really put any of this up. My assistant did.
Oh.
I called him when we were flying back in, since I kind of left him here by accident.
Well, my compliments to your assistant. Okay. See ya.
Yeah, see ya. Grace! Wait.
Yes, Chris?
It's a right after the fourth Christmas tree. Not the third. I forgot.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, he drew out a diagram for me. It took me 10 minutes to figure out how to get to the middle of this stupid thing. But yeah, it's fine. Just take a right. You're there, parking lot, and just watch out for Rudolph and the sleigh and all that stuff, and yeah, you'll be good.
Do. Yeah. I'll look for the nose.
Yeah.
Nah, the
all right,
Christmas
sounds
Krantz.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
that blinking clearly. That's good. All right, see
I'll
ya.
never
See you later,
again.
Grace.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Ah, thank goodness for that. Good grief, I should never leave.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Oh, hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
How good was that? We are so happy to have Rachel Gifford on our show. Rachel is a New York-based creative. She likes to wear many hats, including actor, singer, writer, and producer. You can find her original music on SoundCloud and keep up with her creative life at rachelgifford.com. We'll be back right after a word from our sponsor.
Come on, kids. We're going to zoom in Grandma and Grandpa before we open presents. Adam, bring your parents over. What? No, tell your mom that her hair looks wonderful. Oh, here they come. Merry Christmas!
Well, Jim, I don't know. I pushed the button she told me to push.
Mom, we can hear and see you.
Did you push the red one?
Yes, I pushed the one that says go live.
Mom, Dad, it's working.
Try pushing that red X.
Nope, don't push that button.
I'm not going to push that button. It'll blow the whole computer up.
Just try to push some other buttons.
I'm trying. I still don't see anything. Oh, our only daughter runs off to who knows where with that husband of hers.
Mom, please.
I told her right before I walked her down the aisle that he was a nice guy, but he wasn't really husband material.
Dad, Adam is right here.
When is his mother going to realize that bangs don't look good in the 80s? They definitely don't look good today.
Mom, Adam's parents are right here. She doesn't mean that. It's a bad connection. Mom?
Are you still looking for a last-minute Christmas gift for your parents? Look no further than a 1-year subscription for the Baby Boomer Tutor. That's right. For just $13.99 a month, we will send one of our very patient representatives to your parents' house for special occasions, when they need to set up a new device or for any other times they might need to use technology.
That little green light means that your camera is on.
So they can see me?
They sure can. Look, you can wave.
Why can't I hear them? Did I break it?
Push this button a few times.
Hi, Mom. Can you hear me?
How did you do that? This man is working miracles in his demon machine.
This is the volume button. It's like the knob that you had on your record player.
Oh, well, why don't they just make it a knob?
I don't know.
Well, they should.
So for $13.99 a month, you can avoid these long, draining phone calls with your parents.
I think I pushed a button that's gonna blow up my computer.
Please don't blow up the computer. They're making me work from home and I have to do my emails on there.
Ma'am, they don't make a button that blows up your computer. And if they did, they wouldn't put it on the computer.
Well, how do you know? Those people that make the internet do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, you just can't be too careful.
I know a lot of people that make the internet, and I guarantee you there isn't a button that blows up your computer.
Well.
Included in the $13.99 package is one visit by a Gen X tutor for your older siblings.
Yeah, we're on the way. I just have to print the tickets off my phone.
Those are called digital tickets, and they work from your phone's wallet.
What if they don't have internet there? I better print them off.
Everywhere has internet, but once they're on your digital wallet, you don't need internet for them to work.
I'll just print them. My battery dies so fast.
Don't forget that you carry those portable chargers in your large purse, and they have outlets where you're going.
Okay, fine. Just let me print off the directions from MapQuest.
They have an app for that, too.
Oh, yeah. My sister downloaded that app on my phone. Let me see.
And you don't have to hold your phone up over your head when you use GPS. It will work when you hold it normally.
And if you order now, you will also get a Gen Z tutor.
I want tacos. Y'all want tacos? Let's get tacos. Ugh, we're gonna have to wait like 10 minutes for them to get here.
You know, you can go pick up the tacos yourself. The store is only 2 miles away.
I don't feel like calling an Uber.
You can drive yourself.
Ew, no, who drives anymore?
Well, you could make tacos here.
What? People don't really know how to make tacos. They just come from the store.
It's really simple.
Yeah, I don't really like to do manual labor, so no.
Taylor Swift knows how to make tacos.
Oh, really? What can't she do? Her life is so hard. What an inspiration.
So if you want to avoid holiday blunders like this...
Does her husband really not know that he's going bald? He just has those little poofs on the side. He needs to do something about that.
Mom, we can still hear you.
So do yourself a favor and get a Baby Boomer Tutor subscription this holiday season for just $13.99 a month.
Julian, you're just in time. Come have a seat.
Hi, thanks. Thanks.
Nancy Collins. And we
nice
are
to meet
just
you.
tickled to have this big director from LA come for our little Christmas pageant.
Sure.
Even if it is because you're doing community service.
Yeah, well, I mean, we made it into a few theaters in the bigger markets, so.
Well, I think it's real nice that you're directing our play.
Yeah, so speaking of that, I haven't gotten a script yet.
We'll get to that later. So I put out an audition bulletin.
Wait, call it a casting call?
Oh, there you go again. I have so much to learn. Well,
That's all
I
right.
put out a casting call, and
Good,
we have
good.
brought in some of Priddy Valley's finest for you to choose from. So, you just have a seat right here. Can I get you something to drink?
A black coffee, yeah.
Okay. Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You all have a number, so in order, please come up to the microphone, say your name, and deliver the side that you're given from the play. This is our wonderful director, Julian Rodriguez. We are so lucky that his grandmother is a member of the church and that he's agreed to direct this year's pageant, thanks to that mandatory community service for... What did you do?
Oh, yeah, don't worry, it wasn't anything.
Well, anyway, you might know some of his films. Friends with a UFO,
You don't need to
Doctor
tell
on
him.
My Ship, and the Hallmark classic, All I Want for Christmas is to Sing on Pitch, starring America's darling Hayler Schmidt. Okay, so let's start with number 1.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. Come on, say your name.
Hi, I'm Amber Hutchinson.
Hi, Amber.
Hark, are the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away, Christmas is here, bring good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold.
Oh
Wow.
boy. Okay, we will be in touch. Not starting out strong. Okay, next.
Hey, yeah, I'm Dennis.
And who are you reading for, Dennis?
I don't know. I mean, Joseph, I guess. So, yeah. Wait, you what? You serious? Yeah, man, I must be dreaming. Oh, I am? But it's real? Whoa, that's a lot. Nah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm stoked. Yeah, she's cool. Okay, thanks for letting me know, yeah. Yeah, it's me and Mary for life, though. Is he improvising?
That's from our opening scene where Joseph gets a call from the angel. Thanks,
a call.
Dennis. Okay, next. I'm Danielle Kimberly K. Lawson, and I will be reading for Mary. Who goes there? An angel? What? I am pregnant with a baby, but I have never. There are so many plans I must put in place, like the shower, and how will I break the news to Joseph? And he's the son of who? Oh my, this is just so much to take in all in one day. I'm beginning to feel lightheaded. Is this hot spinning, or is it just me? I have grown dizzy, and I think I will. Yes, I shall faint as I gracefully collapse to the dirt floor and lay my head upon this rock. Lovely, Danielle. I think she's our front runner for Mary, but we'll still watch the rest so they don't feel bad.
I mean, she's a little old.
Okay, next. Hi, I'm Betsy Davis, and I will be
Hi,
reading
Betsy.
for the part of Mary. Why, Joseph, it's just fine that we sleep outside. It's an unnaturally warm December night in Bethlehem, so we can lay out under the stars. Okay, if you want to keep asking the hotel clerks, that's fine, because I ain't asked the wrong woman. And I can handle the pain of childbirth. Ow, 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 ow,
Whoa.
Are you okay? Ow, I stubbed my toe on the chair. Oh, it hurts. Julia, can you help? Can someone else help her? Dennis, could you? Thanks.
Oh yeah, totally. Got it. Come here, Betsy. I got you. I'm sorry. Who wrote the script? I mean, Jesus wasn't born in the winter, you know.
That's right. December is summer in the southern hemisphere.
I'm Todd Martinez, and I'm reading for Joseph. Mary, I can't have you sleeping out in the elements. There could be coyotes, wolves, and tigers roaming around. It wouldn't be safe. There just has to be an open room somewhere. I wish we would have hitched the camper to the back of the truck. Then we wouldn't need a hotel. Mary and Joseph have a truck.
We decided to modernize it a little. We're hoping to reach a younger generation.
Younger
Great job.
generation.
Okay, next.
I'm Larry, reading for Santa. Honey, we go through this every December. This is my busy time of the year. These toys aren't going to get themselves to those kids. I got elves working double shifts, trying to learn how to create microchips faster. We got the flu going around Elf Town, so we're short-handed. I'm trying to train new reindeer because of the whole car incident. Why don't you go visit your mom in Sedona this year?
Okay, thanks, Larry. Next.
Yes, I'm Claudette Boucher, and I will be doing the first song by Mrs. Claus. Winter nights are setting in, the sun has gone away. All days long is only darkness. You spend every morning, night and day locked up in your workshop. day while I stare outside as it's snowing. Christmas is my favorite time of year, but you've always far from here, so I spend it sad and lonely. I've had just enough of the cold and dark North Pole. Next year, I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona.
Where do you find these people?
Claudette. We will be in touch. Who's next? Oh, Christopher Rasnick. You're going to love him. He was Oliver in our Christmas pageant last year.
Wait, Oliver? Hi, I'm Christopher, and I'll be reading for Charlie. Postman, oh, where is the postman? I've been sitting on my sweater as I'm waiting for a letter from the postman. He should have arrived by 9, but it's almost 4:45. Oh, where is the postman? A child actor in LA, for Pete's sake, just waiting until that big break when I get the lead role on my own TV show. Oh, is that the postman in the distance I see? He's carrying a letter for my family, from my mom and my dad. Oh, what makes me so glad is this Christmas they remember me. Thank you.
Oh, just lovely. Wasn't he wonderful? Ah, what a little darling. Oh, his mother, though, whew, she can be a handful. Well, I think we have what we need.
I'm sorry. What is this play?
You're really gonna like the script. We'll get you a copy in the next few days.
I think I've heard enough, okay?
Yeah, yeah, we better cast Chris or his mother.
No, look, listen, hang on. You've got Jesus being born in the winter, Mary played by Debbie Reynolds, Santa, and little orphan Timmy, the entitled child actor. Look, I'm not a biblical scholar, okay, but I at least know the real story of Christmas. Lights, please. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. The glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And there shall be a sign to you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace and goodwill toward men.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
Well, that's going to do it for our special Christmas episode of the Main Street Music Show. Thank you to the talented Rachel Gifford and RJ and Leah Hatt. For more information about our musical guests, visit our website at mainstreetmusicshow.com. Thank you to the Main Street players, Jamie Cloutier and Daniel Cross. Today's show was written by Jay Corton and Jacob Williams. Our show was mixed by Kaleb Lindevaldsen. Our theme song was performed by Garza Music. The Main Street Music Show is a Mirari production. Till next time, Merry Christmas. So long, everyone.
Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord.
death by birth.